There we go. Am I, can you see me now? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Just talking to myself, alone in a room. I'm glad I'm actually on. Sorry, we're using a new streaming platform and there's a lot more options that I'm just not used to. So, hi, I'm here. All right. Yeah, I'm really excited to talk about Project Bluebeam today. And honestly, one of the biggest government conspiracies that is coming up. It's been playing out, it's been rolling out. And personally, it can be a very confusing topic to navigate, specifically because there is real cosmic disclosure happening. And so a lot of people are confused. Do I believe in what I see in the sky? Do I question it? Is this an agenda? Are they merely trying to control us with cosmic disclosure? And yeah, today I'm going to just lay everything out and navigate it for you from what I've channeled. And I'm also going to talk about what exactly Project Bluebeam is. Up until about an hour ago, I actually had no idea what Project Bluebeam actually was. And now I know. So yeah, so we're just going to unpack everything. So if this is a topic that is interesting to you, I talk about all of this stuff and so much more on my website. So check it out. I actually thought that I'd already done this topic on YouTube Live. So I had to go back into all of my YouTube Live videos, and turns out I haven't covered it, but I have talked about it in the Galactic Federation summits, and I've talked about it and unpacked it very recently in my live Q&A videos on the membership. So once again, if this stuff interests you, then YouTube, Facebook, now I'm streaming on Facebook, great source of information. But if you want even more information, head on over to my website where you can deep dive into literally 1,000+ videos that I have there. And of course, be sure to like this video, share, subscribe, follow, whatever platform you're on. Be sure to, yeah, engage, because that always helps the algorithm. All right. First thing I want to mention is take it or leave it, because this is a very highly contentious topic that I'm going to be unpacking today. So as always, I don't always say in every single video, take it or leave it, but I always truly mean it. If it resonates with you, it's for you. If it doesn't resonate with you, then it's not for you in this moment, and that is totally okay. No judgment. There's no shame in not feeling it. So first of all, let's just unpack what the definition of Project Bluebeam actually is. Prior to an hour ago, when I Googled it, I assumed Project Bluebeam was a false alien invasion created by like holograph technology that the government has. It's kind of that, but it's totally also something else. So here's what I read about Project Bluebeam. A powerful organization plan a powerful organization's plan to manipulate the masses and create a one world government. Project Bluebeam uses technology to control people's thoughts and create a false crisis to unite the world under a single government. So, no, Project Bluebeam is not just about a false alien invasion. The reason why Project Bluebeam is connected to a false alien invasion is because um, a fake or false alien invasion would be something that would affect the entire world, that would pivot the world into prompting a one world government. So that's why it's linked in. And then there's also been some declassified documents and some whistleblowers who are mentioning that this is one of the elite's plans or agendas. Now, of course, I'm not going to, mention anything that would maybe get me banned or shadow banned or whatever. But 2020 happened, and that was one thing that affected every human being around the entire world that could what? Further push the one world government agendas. So this is essentially what Project Bluebeam is utilizing technology controlling people's thoughts to create a false crisis. And that false crisis is going to push people into basically accepting a one world government structure, which will mean more mandates, more control, basically a lot more bullshit. Okay. So that's essentially the summary of what Project Bluebeam is, and it's been talked about for actually many, many years. I don't have a year here, but it's been a while. All right, so here's what I believe based on what I've channeled, what I've received from the Galactic Federation, what I've observed through remote viewing, what I've received through deep states of trance meditation over the past 5 to 10 years about a false alien invasion. This is what I believe based on my own channeling. Once again, take it or leave it. I believe that they are planning a false alien invasion for the purpose of controlling the masses through fear, controlling the narrative of aliens or on aliens so that it isn't a positive thing. Reinstating this one's a little bit of a question mark. Okay. So I'm just like throwing this one's like a total left field throwing out a theory. Reinstating end of the world religious beliefs. Aliens are seen as demons, right? In a lot of religions. So, demons are coming from the sky and it's the end of the world. So, I'm just throwing out a hypothesis. I haven't channeled that, but I'm thinking that it could really reinstate some of the end of the world prophecies that are out there. Suppressing DNA. And specifically, the reason why staging a false alien invasion would suppress our DNA is because I truly believe that we are hybrid beings, that the missing link within our genetic evolution is interdimensionals or extraterrestrial beings. And because of that, the very knowledge that extraterrestrials exist, I believe, is unlocking our DNA. So if we are fed the narrative that yes, aliens exist, but they're here to take our resources, they're here to control us, they're here to take over, which is kind of like a look the other way because, we would never do that, but they're definitely doing that. So it would suppress our DNA. If we thought about aliens or understood aliens in a negative connotation, then it's going to lower our frequency and not allow that DNA to be activated. And then last point I have here as far as why I believe that they are truly planning a false alien invasion, to create a one world government under the guise of helping or saving humanity. So I do actually really align with or believe in the original understanding of Project Bluebeam, and that's just from my own independent research. That's not because I've been watching some sort of Project Bluebeam conspiracy theorist or whatever. That's just truly what I've channeled. A false alien invasion is one of the major timelines of what they could potentially be planning to target us and affect us and to continue their mandates. What else did I want to mention about this? There was something else here. Oh yeah, I do want to mention that within extraterrestrials, within alien interdimensional beings, there is good and there is bad. I think that we would be really ignorant to think that all ETs are bad, and I think we would be very ignorant to think that all ETs are good. If you think about humanity on planet Earth as a very microcosm of the macrocosm of the universe, there are good humans and there are not so good humans, and ultimately we all have the capability within us to be high vibrational, to be good beings because we are connected to source. But some people choose a lifetime of low vibrational frequency to simply understand the binality or binary system of this reality, of this universe, right? So you've got the high vibration, the low vibration. And as a soul, we all choose to have high vibrational and low vibrational lifetimes. It is just a part of the contract of being within this universe because it is a binary universe. It's a binary system. So anyway, there's good and bad. Okay, we have to understand that, which means because there's good and bad on planet Earth and within the universe, we then have to sharpen our discernment. It's what it comes down to. We have to sharpen our ability to discern what is aligned and what is not aligned. Okay, so at the same time, shifting into a higher frequency will naturally bring cosmic disclosure. Real cosmic disclosure will. Okay. So, yes, there is a false alien agenda happening. Yes, there is a false flag event that is in the works, and they've done this before so many times. They have staged terrorist events. They have staged false flag events. They have paid actors. I mean, it's really insane the lengths that they will go to. And when I say they, I mean the shadow government, whatever you want to call them, the reptilian beings. And so there's also simultaneously real cosmic disclosure that is currently playing out as well, because it is within humanity's highest contracts to understand that we are not alone in the universe. So, as real cosmic disclosure happens, this is how it's going to affect us. It will wake people up to the truth of the reality beyond this planet, to the truth that we're not alone in the universe. It will unlock our cosmic DNA. As I mentioned, a false flag event will suppress our cosmic DNA because we're going to be opening up to the possibilities through the vibration of fear. Real cosmic disclosure will allow us to join galactic organizations such as the Galactic Federation of Light. Now, there are many galactic organizations in this universe. I mean, there's got to be some sort of structure out there just because there are so many sentient beings and they all want to exist within the same space. And the second a planet or a species or a civilization understand that they are not the only thing within the universe, which is so ridiculous to even state that we would believe that, is the second we can join these galactic organizations and make a choice. Do you want to go about your own evolution singularly on your own? Or do you want help? And do you want help from the high vibrational beings or the low vibrational beings? Once cosmic disclosure happens and every human being on planet Earth truly knows that we're not alone, that they have been engaging with us for quite some time, then and only then can we make a choice where we want to go and what we want to join. And I'll tell you right now that one organization that I'm very connected with, the Galactic Federation of Light, they have been waiting for a very long time, as most starseeds have as well, for real cosmic disclosure to happen so that we can subsequently choose, hopefully collectively, to join the Galactic Federation of Light. And their main mission, their sole purpose for existing is to align to universal truths. That's it. If you agree that equality is important, if you agree that we are all fractals of the same source, if you agree that karma exists, if you agree in the law of non intervention, if you agree in these basic universal truths, then you should align to one of these galactic organizations. However, if you believe that you want to evolve singularly, if you believe that you want more than the fair share, if you want more power or control or more access to resources than, say, the next person, and you believe that you have a right to that, then most likely you're not going to want to join an organization like the Galactic Federation as a collective. And those are the lower vibrational species. Like I said, we have to have both here in this universe, and that is just the way that this universe is set up to experience really both sides of the coin. Okay, next point here is once cosmic disclosure, real cosmic disclosure happens, it will also give us new technology and solutions that we didn't prior have. So, solutions to things like cancers and diseases, solutions to things like plastic and poisoning the ocean, solutions to things like energy, free energy technology, which guess what? We've had before. And guess when we had it? We had it when we were very well situated and very well connected to different interdimensional species on planet Earth. It's not super foreign to think that we're moving into this evolutionary space where we're going to be fully connected with interdimensional beings. Because we have been fully connected to interdimensionals before. As a matter of fact, I believe that they gave us astronomy, math, science, agriculture. They freaking gave us fire. Not that we wouldn't have got there on our own. Um, Even a lot of the technologies we have, even the things like a plane, like flight technology with airplanes, I believe is partially reverse engineered technology. Okay, so there's a lot of things that we don't think about that are actually from them. And that is how we have been able to evolve so rapidly, especially looking past the last 100 years. Okay. I also think that real cosmic disclosure is going to dismantle religions. And this is one that I'm really, really excited about. I'm excited about real cosmic disclosure dismantling religions because, yeah, because they're corrupt. I mean, what else do I say about that? So much death, so much genocide, so much destruction, so much bullshit. Has gone on in under the guise of God and religion. So I'm very excited for cosmic disclosure to dismantle traditional religions. And then the last point here of how real cosmic disclosure is going to benefit us is just kind of a fun one, but I had to put it in there. So don't don't hate me for my poor humor. Um, Prove to flat earthers that the earth actually isn't flat. I think that this is kind of the funnest one because I don't even know if funnest is a word. I don't think it is. But it really is fun to think that, flat earthers believe that yes, the earth is flat, but my biggest question is so space doesn't exist. And apparently my audio is not synced with the video, and I don't know how to help that. So sorry about that, everyone. We might have to forego the new streaming system and just go back to the old way, which I preferred, but we want to reach more people. So, so yeah. So, I mean, my biggest question to flat earthers is what do you think about aliens? What do you think about space? You know, I mean, from what I've heard, it's all fake. And I just can't, I can't believe that because I've met way too many to believe that. So here's the problem. Here's the issue. It's confusing to have both real and manipulated disclosure. And I think the question for us as human beings is where do we go from here? What do I believe? The governments are starting to bring out alien corpses, right? Just the other day, the Mexican government is like, this is an alien corpse, which I don't really know about that personally. Um, there's apparently apparently there are hearings that are happening to say like, do we disclose this information? And how do we do it? You know, and I think that whatever we're seeing within the news media is something to question. I think that a big reason for disclosure from the governments around the world is so that they can control and manipulate the agendas. They can control and manipulate how disclosure happens. I will say that back in 2000, I want to say 17, members of the Galactic Federation who have been in communication with these shadow governments for, I mean, really since the dawning of humanity, they said to the shadow governments by I think they said I want to say either 2024 or 2028, but they basically said by this said date, if you don't tell humanity that aliens are real, we're just going to show up. We're going to appear because humans have a right to know and you can no longer hide this from them. And so they were given an ultimatum. Either you do it or we will. So they're doing it all right. but they're doing it in a way that's going to manipulate the masses to fear aliens, to fear extraterrestrials. And once again, there's good and bad. We need to utilize our discernment. I think if a giant UFO came down from the sky and started shooting up laser beams and blowing up buildings, I think we definitely all need to question that, because the Galactic Federation would never allow a species to do that. And I also think that a false alien invasion like that is going to wake people up. I think that it can be very detrimental to a lot of people to have that fear in extraterrestrials and disclosure. But I also think that ultimately there is no escaping this feeling of resonance to the fact that aliens are real. And even though we may be presented one side of the story, which is we need to fear an alien invasion, we need to fear these foreign beings, I think deep down we can all understand that there's got to be good and bad out there. There's good and bad on planet Earth. So why wouldn't there be good ones out there too? And if there are good ones out there, then who are they? And how can we connect with them? And how could they potentially help us? If we as a collective start to ask these questions, then we are giving permission to organizations like the Galactic Federation to give us those answers. But if we're not asking the questions collectively, then we're not creating that collective reality for everyone. So remember, we create collective reality by focusing on an outcome. I'm going to repeat that. We create collective reality by focusing on an outcome. So if the outcome that you're focused on is Project Bluebeam and the fact that everything that's happening right now in the news is happening to manipulate and control us, to create a one world government, then guess what you're creating? You are feeding that agenda. You are a part of the problem if that is the case. Remember, whatever you focus on is what you are creating. So, in the last Galactic Federation meeting, they mentioned that the shadow government creates weather events in large vortexes around planet Earth so that the world focuses negative energy on those hotspots. I mean, it's crazy. It sounds batshit crazy that they would do this. But they are not in control. They are and they're not. But the reason why they are not in control, the shadow government, is because they don't have the numbers. They don't have the resources. What creates a reality is collective consciousness. They don't have the collective. They are not the collective. They are the 1%. So the way that the 1% controls the 99% is to get the 99% to focus on whatever the fuck they want to create. So I'm going to leave you off with this. And I kind of hope you lose sleep over this statement that I'm about to make. What if all conspiracies are just manipulated leaks from the shadow government getting the awakening population to focus on alternative timelines in order to create them? What if conspiracy theories are just another way to manipulate the masses, specifically the ones that are questioning things, the ones who have and are awakening, in order to focus on the timeline that they want to create? And because there's a false sense of freedom in thinking that I'm going to alternative news resources to get this information, this is the real deal. There is more of an attachment, more of an emphasis on the fact that that's the truth. This conspiracy theory, this is really happening. It's a fucking joke by the elites. They're laughing at all of us because they're leaking these things so that we focus on them, so that we create them. And all the while, we think that we're spiting them by understanding and knowing what their plans are. But by focusing on their plans, we're creating them for them. Right? Just think about it. I hope that you wake up at 3 a.m. thinking about that and thinking, instead of taking the time to watch alternative news outlets and conspiracy theory YouTubers and going down the rabbit hole, what if I took that time to think about equality for every human being on planet Earth, freedom for all? What if I took the time to think about a new monetary system that benefits everyone and not just the 1%? What if you took the time that you take to focus on conspiracy theories, to focus on the best possible timeline for the collective? What would happen then? How would that impact the world? Because I think in so many ways, conspiracy theories are just another way to manipulate and control us and to make us think that we've got this false sense of information, of truth. I think it's the opposite of what's really happening. Ask yourself, am I focused on the highest possible timeline for humanity or not? So, to awaken is to question everything. But to be awakened is to understand that it all exists simultaneously and in the order that you have created. And I'm going to repeat that. To awaken is to question everything. But to be awakened is to understand that everything exists simultaneously and in the order that you have created. That being said, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, share this video to others you think are going to benefit from this information, subscribe to the channel, follow the page, and definitely go to the website if you're interested in more information, more downloads, more info drops like this, because we do have the power and it's time for us to take that power back, stop feeding into the matrix, stop feeding into the game, and start to realize that we are the ones that need to step up, take action, and change the way the world is. Thank you all, as always, for being here. Keep up the good work. Sending you lots and lots of love at this time.